Hi, this is Jeff Wimmer from Studio Cycles and StudioCycles.com, and in this short YouTube video I want to talk about Studio Cycles, the highs and the lows of bikes for 2012. Now, just a quick rundown on us. We are the company in the fitness industry globally for knowledge, for consulting, and for absolute professional level building and refurbishing. We consult with pretty much anybody who's anybody in the fitness industry that manufactures bikes. This is a 15,000 square foot warehouse in Hawthorne, California. It's where we do our professional level building. And if you're buying bikes for your club, and you want to come to one place where all the major brands are under one roof to test and compare, this would be the spot. Now for us, 2012, which is almost over, has been our best year ever. We doubled our numbers from last year. We have the only 2 indoor cycling specific brick and mortar retail stores in the world. And the move to this 15,000 square foot warehouse has afforded us ability to grow comfortably. We've got a 150 foot workbench with 10 stations. We have bike displays that are absolutely unparalleled in terms of going somewhere and looking at almost a timeline in history of indoor cycling. So we want to talk about the bikes that we carry, and the bikes that were the most popular, and the bikes that really were duds for us in one respect or another. So let me get this thing mounted and snugged up, and we will look at some bikes. Now this is the Schwinn AC Performance. This is actually the AC Performance Plus. This is a brand new bike for 2013. The Schwinn AC series bikes, the AC Performance and the AC Performance Plus, were absolutely hands down our best-selling bikes for 2012. I consulted on these bikes a couple of years before they hit the market. I've probably installed more ACs than any other single individual in the world, although there are companies that have sold more bikes. But you know, when you're processing credit cards and throwing boxes on trucks, it's not hard to have high numbers unless you get educated and you know the differences. So for 2013, the AC Performance Plus, we have high hopes for this bike because the AC series for 2012, we did so well with it. And our building and tuning and optimization process makes the AC series bikes our best of the best for 2012. And the AC Performance Plus will probably be at the top for 2013. Next in line are the StarTrack Spinner Blades, NXTs, and Pros with the new proprietary bottom bracket and pedal system. I think the Blade is probably one of the most striking bikes to ever come out of a factory for indoor cycling on a commercial level. It looks like it was milled from a solid block of aluminum. It's a very handsome, very durable, just bomb-proof looking bike. The StarTracks and the Schwinns were absolutely our best sellers online, in our stores, and to clubs. We have the Kaisers. This is the M3. And I think when people do their homework and they do comparison shopping, the Kaiser M3 is a beautiful bike. It does have the lightest flywheel. It provokes the least amount of inertia. In fact, it seems to provoke zero inertia, which, if you're a non-cyclist, it's just a negative pedal stroke. And you know, when you raise the handlebars, it makes the bike longer. So if you're petite, you know, it's not typically a good fit. They did come out with what they call the all-new M3 Plus. What's new about the M3 Plus from my perspective is they put a light on the computer and they came up with one of the most unusual handlebar designs I've ever seen. Now when I get on the M3 Plus and I pull the handlebars close to me, the back of the handlebars are right over the top of my quads. So for every Kaiser we've sold this year, we've probably sold 300 to 400 Schwinns and Star Traks. Lamond, which I understand was in bankruptcy, which has happened to a few companies in the industry in the last 5 to 10 years. Doesn't necessarily mean they're out of the game, but they were bought by Hoist. And I wish them luck, but quite frankly, the Lamond RevMaster bikes, it's kind of a stale design. They've rounded the tubes and added cam levers, but this is basically the same bike as it was 10 years ago when it was yellow. Flat, skinny flywheel, lack of perimeter weighting, non-aggressive inertia-producing flywheel. The Kaisers and the Lamonds, I think, are big draws for some folks that aren't educated in the differences because they're very quiet and very smooth. When you eliminate aggressive inertia production, and since so many people who ride these bikes are not cyclists, it quickly dilutes the quiet, smooth dynamic, in my estimation. And I've sold thousands and thousands and thousands of these bikes individually to people in my stores and on my website. In fact, if you're looking for a bike for yourself, I'm the owner of the company. You can call me directly 7 days a week, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. 888-909-BIKE, that's home office, 818-470-2204. And my office is here in Hawthorne, 310-973-BIKE. I'm usually here in the late afternoons and evenings, tuning bikes and processing orders. This is a new company that came on board a year and a half ago, Free Motion. The designers of this bike actually designed the Schwinns a few years back. And this bike was... we had high expectations for this bike, but we found it very, very challenging to work on. With chain-driven bikes, we disassemble our new chain-driven bikes and optimize the bikes from the inside out. And although this bike was heralded as being very easy to work on with the flywheel that is removed from the front of the bike, it's literally the most difficult bike I've ever worked on personally. And it was just too much of a challenge to deal with. Hopefully they'll get it to a point where it's easier to work on. We may revisit carrying these bikes, but for now, we had Free Motion in for about 3 months. They were not responded favorably to in our stores. And we had enough issues with the Free Motion bikes where we brought them in. We were all set to consult, and we dumped them after 3 months. So for us, the Free Motion bikes were not a contender. They do have a belt-driven bike. It may be possible that they switched to a belt because the chain drive was challenging for the folks at Free Motion to get correct. Hard to say, but we wish them good luck. We'll be reviewing the belt-driven Free Motion bike here later this month. We'll give you some honest, earnest feedback on the bike after we do our thing. So these are the bikes that we've carried, and these are the bikes that we've scrutinized and compared and put into our stores and onto our websites and done comparative analysis with. And these are what's been available for 2012. 2013, there's not a whole lot of new stuff coming up the pipeline, but the Schwinn AC Performance Plus would be, in my estimation, the most evolved dynamic bike on the market. We'll have them first. We consulted on this bike, and it is November 28th, and we actually have these bikes coming in this week. I'm Jeff Wimmer from Studio Cycles and StudioCycles.com, and I want to thank you for watching this video, and best of luck to you on your road to health and fitness. Hi, this is Jeff Wimmer from Studio Cycles and StudioCycles.com, And in this short YouTube video, I want to talk about studio cycles, the highs and the lows of bikes for 2012. Now, just a quick rundown on us. We are the company in the fitness industry globally for knowledge, for consulting, and for absolute professional level building and refurbishing. We consult with pretty much anybody who's anybody in the fitness industry that manufactures bikes. This is a 15,000 square foot warehouse in Hawthorne, California. It's where we do our professional level building. And if you're buying bikes for your club and you want to come to one place where all the major brands are under one roof to test and compare